All right, ayan. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Mic Drop Moments with me, myself, and I, the podcast where I talk to myself para hindi na ikaw ang munang mapagod sa life. Today's topic, medyo mabigat pero kailangan pag-usapan. Media blackouts, protests, and that awkward moment where social media knows more than the actual news. So, what's the issue and why should I care? So last September 21, may mga protest rallies to remember martial law. You know, the never again kind. Pwede na rin about sa mga corrupt, like sa flood control projects. Pero after the rallies, ang daming lumalabas sa posts online and some were saying, bakit parang walang balita sa TV about what really happened? Some said may dispersals, arrests, and even violence. Pero tahimik ang media. Ergo, media blackout na daw. And I thought, bakit parang kaya ko makakita ng 19 different angles ng airport outfit ng isang celebrity but not one single clear report of a tear gas incident nung protest? Now, to be fair, some major media outlets did report these incidents. Pero let's be honest, parang kulang. Hindi ganun ka-detailed. Not front page material and certainly not getting the attention it deserved. This hits home for me because kung hindi natin alam ang buong kwento, para tayo makakapili ng tama? Para tayo mga kapanindigan. It's like fighting for justice with a blindfold. Now I know what you're thinking. Eh, ako lang to. Estudyante lang naman ako. Wala akong power like journalists or politicians. But here's the truth. You don't need a press pass to make an impact. You don't need 1 million followers or a blue check or even a
super deep voice like those dramatic newscasters.
kasi ako, I start by being aware. Kasi sa panahon ngayon, hindi sapat na silent leader lang tayo. Kasi information is everywhere.
So is misinformation.
And minsan, mas mabilis pa nga mag-viral ang fake news kaysa sa actual truth. So I fact check. I double check sources. And when I see something questionable, I pause and ask, is this true or am I just being emotionally manipulated again by a random Twitter thread na may dramatic background music? And yes, I speak up. Hindi lang sa comment section ng YouTube or TikTok or Facebook, pero sa mga discussion, sa group projects, and also sa mga like family dinner kapag may nagbanggit ng wala namang nangyari sa rally ah. Let's connect this to faith and governance. Sa Catholic social teaching, there's this concept called call to participation. Sa madaling salita, lahat tayo may karapatang makilahok sa lipunan, hindi lang para bumoto tuwing eleksyon, kundi para maging aktibo sa mga isyong may kinalaman sa katarungan. So kapag ang media ay hindi nagsasabi ng buong katotohanan like yung parts ng rally na may nasaktan o hindi na report, that's not just bad journalism. That's a barrier to justice. And when truth is filtered, our participation is limited. Kasi para tayo makakapili ng tama kung mali ang impormasyong hawak natin or rather, binibigay sa atin. Now from a government side, the Philippine Development Plan or PDP of 2023 to 2028 has this goal.
Deepening trust in public institutions.
Nice yung words, di ba? But here's the thing. Trust is earned and not declared. Kapag may mga kabataang nakaramdam na, uy, parang may tinatago to ah, that means there's already a crack in the system. And no amount of fancy slogans can fix it unless the government and media commits to transparency. So whether it's the church calling us to act or the state calling us to trust, the common denominator is truth. And that's something we should all fight for. Now, speaking of truth and courage, let's talk about Mark Wilson Chua. If you don't know him, please Google mo na after this podcast. He was a student like us. Just a regular said na parang may mali dito ah, and did something about it. He exposed corruption in the ROTC system in our university. And sadly, the truth cost him his life. But because of what he did, the ROTC system was reformed. And his story continues to remind us that even one person can spark change. Inspired by him, kahit small steps lang ang kaya ko, I will take them. Like share verified news, call out disinformation, support independent media, and educate my peers. Kahit isa lang. Isa lang ang makinig, okay na yun. Di mo kailangan maging hero sa pelikula. Minsan, ang tahimik na katotohanan mas malakas pa sa sigaw. Now let's go back to the 1987 Constitution. Yes, the preamble. Surprise! Honestly, ang dami sa kanila ang super relevant ngayon. Una-una, the truth. Hanapin, ipaglaban, kahit inconvenient, magiging convenient pa sa yung totoo. Number two, justice. Para sa lahat, lalo na sa mga hindi naririnig. Number three, patriotism. Hindi to blind loyalty. Totoong pagmamahal sa bansa means calling it out when it's wrong, lalo na when it's wrong. Number four, concern for others. Kung may tinatago sa media, maapektuhan tayong lahat, kaya magtulong-tulungan tayo. Number five, respect for law. Yes. Pero dapat may courage din to speak up when the law is being used to silence the people. Kaya bilang mamamayang Pilipino, ang tunay na citizenship ay hindi lang pagbabayad ng buwis o pag-follow ng rules. It's about actively building a better Philippines, a better country for the Filipinos. Ayan. So that's it mga kapodcast. Isa lang akong boses, pero may paniniwala akong mahalaga ang katotohanan at bawat isa sa atin may papel sa laban na to. This has been your host, Gian, and you're listening to Mic Drop Moments. Bye.